Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's OpenONU Go call. Thanks for joining. And as usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared on YouTube. So please be mindful of the comments you make and the information you share with the team. There's several topics on the agenda today. The first that I wanted to bring up is the discussion on the multi-uni support and work division over there, because yesterday this was briefly discussed at TST, and I just wanted to make sure that we properly define who does the work and the parts that are involved in the code. So as far as I know, Turk Telecom was planning to take over the work for the multi-uni support in all parts of the system. But I know also Holger was taking a look at this. So why don't we discuss what, especially the part related to the OpenONU adapter, will be, who will take care of it?
Actually, my understanding was that we can do it here in Berlin, this work regarding the OpenONU adapter, but not the other parts. As you know, BBSIM would be vital, for example. I don't know which parts are necessary elsewhere.
Yeah, BBSIM is already going to be scheduled on ONF work unless somebody else has time to do it. But the ONU adapter work, that's something that it's either you guys, meaning Adtran, or Netsia with Mahir. So Mahir, sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, other than the ONU adapter and the BBSIM, there are some SDN controller application changes. We will do that. But in ONU adapter side, we are also ready to help. I mean, if you define any tasks, we can do them all or partly. I mean.
Okay, this question probably up to you, Andrea, to decide what would be the best, to let it in one hand or to split it up. We are not insist on doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's a good point.
It perhaps also depends a little bit on other priorities, what you have, in the sense, you know, what are other features where you want to put or let us put focus on from Adtran point of view.
So from the Adtran point of view, there's definitely the software update that Michael is working on. Then there is the where did I put the roadmap? Just bring it up with this. Yeah, so these are the priorities that were there for. I assigned this one to Adtran, thinking that it could be beneficial if somebody that really knows the OpenONU adapter does this. But the other big work is the software update. But those are the two big ones. Yes, go ahead,
Andrea. I think there is also another big item which is not in this list. It is the PM counters that required from Deutsche Telekom.
They're here. And we're
yeah,
gonna talk.
yeah.
We're gonna talk about them in a second.
Yes.
And also extended prime.
Oh yes. Then yeah. Then if you have the resources, Mahir, just go ahead and do it. Let me just move this to Netsia. And Holger, you can work with Mahir and discuss with him and give them a hand where is needed. And also, I bet there are going to be bug fixes and other things that come up. And also the stuff that Chip was mentioning, the extended length of the messages. So that could be something that you could work on. Would that make sense?
Yeah.
Andrea, on the adapter, I remember we were talking a while ago of splitting it in multiple Go modules so that we can have better control on the logging. Is that something that we're thinking about for 2.8, or we're pushing it down the line?
I wasn't sure we had the resources, but that could definitely be a possibility. So maybe Mahir, do you think the list of things that you have done here is final, meaning you don't expect anything else to come in here?
Actually, I mean, the main code owner are, Holger and Mikhail, so they may have something in their mind. That's what we found in our analysis. And I think there's an item there which is not definite now. A comment from Mikhail, which says that there are some other general code changes about admitting and say enabling, disabling ports, etc. There may be some let's say code change issues there. I don't know. Other than that, that's what we found. So if there's something else, I mean, we will see. But Holger and Michael know better, I think.
Yeah, I made a comment on that because there are parts which actually restrict the access of the UNI configuration to the first one. And of course, these parts must be touched, and the control must be extended for all possible interfaces. And well, this is not mentioned in your document that explicitly. So I made that comment on that.
Yeah, because I mean, it says the general code updates. I don't know where it will, I mean, is it only the port discovery or some other parts? I'm not sure about it. If there are a lot of things there.
I mentioned in the comment it's related to admit the configuration, to unlock, and to logical avoider port creation. Okay. The routines that have to do something in that field must be verified in respect of the multi-UNI usage.
Okay, other than the things we wrote into the document, we don't have anything in mind about multi-UNI.
No, not at the moment.
Yeah, that's all then, Andrea.
Okay. What do you think? Would you prefer Holger to take this, or do you think you have resources to do it, Mahir? I think that. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can take all of it if you have Holger have other priorities to do.
Andrea, I think we have also one important issue we should tackle now. I think that is we are still have issues when OMSI communication or OMSI message will not be responded, and I think we are still missing the mechanism to replay or to send messages which got lost again or something like this. Was it already in the list or not?
No, it was not in the list. I added it. Okay, so let's do this. That's a very good point. That's a very stable point that I think I would like to have in 2.8. So Mahir, why don't you take the multi-uni support? That's really good. And work with Holger whenever you need some help in there. And he can also lend a hand in terms of code if needed.
Okay.
But Holger, you take a look at this issue related to the replaying of the OMCI messages, so we don't lose any of it.
Yeah, in this issue, related to this issue, we have also something on our wish list for BBSim, you know, that we could configure BBSim to not repeat on, for say, every 10th message or something like this. I think we have not tackled this or not made any coding there, right? That would be also some kind of necessity to test something like this.
Indeed. So to be honest, resources on BBSim are completely off the table right now, meaning that I don't have anybody that can work on it, and it's already going to be a miracle if we get the multi-uni support in.
Okay. Okay, then probably we can have a look how to produce some kind of test framework for this.
I'm sorry, if you guys have the bandwidth, you can go ahead and submit to BBSim as well. That would be greatly appreciated. But I cannot ask Matteo to do any more work on BBSim. It's, as I said, it's already going to be a miracle if he has the time to put in for the multi-uni.
Okay, I see. Okay.
So that feature though should be a fairly easy implementation in BBSim. So if you want, I can send to this group some pointers in case someone wants to pick it up, or I can just add them on the Jira. It should be a fairly simple code change.
Yes, please. Theo, if you don't mind adding them to the Jira and pointing the Jira to the document, that would be appreciated.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Anyway, I would also support the request of the modularization of the OpenONU Go adapter in respect of the possibility to set different locking points, let's say it in that way. So that would be also quite nice. If we have time, then we should also consider that. But maybe the robustness on the OMSI handling is more important than this.
I think that given that we're going into production, I would stand by the fact that we should probably look into the implementation and stabilization of the project first. I do like the fact that we can set log messages differently. So maybe I put it in the non-blockers. So maybe Michael, if you finish the image update before the end of the release, we can go ahead and take the modularization. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. Perfect. Okay. Great. Let me go back to the agenda. So that was yes, that was the discussion on the multi-uni. Michael, go ahead.
Sorry,
Michael.
May I interrupt you? Because well, I made some comments on the conceptual approach that Mahir has written, and I haven't received any feedback, but I see that he made some further comments in the document. So I don't know if there was a decision on the entity numbering scheme by now, or if something is left open. So maybe I have to look for the comments from Mahir now. Yes.
Well, you guys are both in the call. Let's settle this right now.
Yeah, I appreciate it if you check the comments again and check the entities again. Yeah, any help, I appreciate it.
Sorry, I didn't get that Can you please repeat?
I mean, if you can check the IDs again, the comments again, I'll very appreciate it. I mean,
Okay, so I'll have a look at the.
but what I did is, I mean, generally, according to your comments, this range you can see in the screen now. I say gives a small small range to the MCAST from 2000 to 5000 in hex, so 200 to 500 in hex. Then I gave a range from 500 to 0 FFF for UNI side, and from 1000 to FFFF for ANI side. So, and change the say the formulas according to this.
Mm-hmm. So I understand you. If I remember correctly, you changed the scheme again a little bit. Yeah, I have to verify that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please. I mean, if you can check it,
mm-hmm.
it would be helpful.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Perfect. Then let's take it on the next time on this. Michael, do you have any update? Well, first of all, I have an update. The protos have been merged for the image update. The Volta libgo change is now being contributed by the folks at Radisys, and I'll put the link in here. But Michael, do you have any update on this one?
No.
Okay.
I have not done anything in this respect. When we were still busy with some errors, so nothing done here.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
So
yeah, it's okay.
The fact is that we agreed on the protos, so on the basic interface, so that is cleared, and so the basic procedure is clear, and the work on the ONU adapter side could already be started, even though, of course, the RW core modification for the RPCs is needed at some point. But anyway, some changes can already be started. So yeah,
okay,
we can go forward with that.
Great, perfect. One more thing on this. If you can, do please review the Volta libgo patch. It should be fairly minor. It has a +1 from me and Grisha, except a minor version issue. But if you have the time, that's something to get familiar with, because you're going to be working on it. So. Okay. Regarding the PM, so there is a spreadsheet from Paul Wagner at DT. And we have analyzed what are the missing pieces. There's a few questions that Girish, you have in regarding to MEs. Do you mind discussing them with the group?
Yeah, I mean, so for the ONU Uni section line 32, so there are some parameters that are, performance metrics that are requested. Like, the RX power, TX power, temperature, and voltage. So at this point, I haven't really investigated, what OMCI ME could be used to fetch these information. Unless somebody already knows, please do let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to check the specification for this.
So Girish, what has to be done?
Sorry?
Girish, what has to be done for this is that we have to support the ANI-G test requirement. So these values are reported as part of the ANI-G test results.
Yeah, I thought that was for the ONU PON interface, not the ONU Uni interface.
Yeah, maybe that's power and voltage and temperatures are surely related to the PON interface and not to the Ethernet UNI. So I'm not sure if this comment here is related only to Ethernet UNI.
Okay. Yeah, Paul put these, requirements for, if you look at line 32, so there are, power, temperature, parameters to be fetched too for the ONU uni. So that's why this point came up.
Yeah, because in the column B, you see it's related to ONU UNI Ethernet, but also ONU UNI, and then there was something in like transceiver SFP, and that's why I think it's this comment was in this line maybe.
Okay.
So I really think it's only related to the ANI side.
Ah, got it. Okay, so there was another query too related to fetching the TX bytes, TX and RX packets for the ONU PON interface. Yeah, I mean, it was not clear to me yet which OMCI AME could be used, but yeah, I haven't investigated this aspect unless some of you folks already know this.
Yeah, for some of those that you could do the ANI side of the MAC bridge configuration data, but there could be multiples of those to sum up.
Okay.
I'll scan through this list and try to put a comment out on Slack for a few of the outstanding items. Since I'm
Thanks,
used
Chip.
to digging around the spec.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I haven't yet checked the specification too, but yeah, if you have any information, please do chip in. Thanks.
Okay, I'll do that. There's usually several different ways, so I'll try to figure out the easiest.
Okay. Thanks, Chip. Yeah, those are the only
Thanks,
queries
Chip.
I had.
That's appreciated. Okay. And I guess, Girish, you could already start on the NEG test message and maybe see if this reports the things that were asked in here.
Yeah. Can you just scroll a bit up? I mean, the gray coded ones, I mean, he had a meaning to each of those colors. And the line cannot be supplied by the OpenONU adapter. They must be fetched at the OAT. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this comment makes sense for the ONU uni. I don't think we can fetch the ONU uni from.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. No worries. Thanks.
But yeah, let's see what the G test message reports, as Michael said, and then we can check with that.
Okay.
Maher, do you know if Burak is gonna work on the OLT NNI and the OLT PON transceiver parameters?
As far as I know, no, he isn't working on them.
Okay.
So I'll inform him about these items and get back from him.
Okay. Yeah, maybe Girish, you can discuss it with Burak and Maher in a separate thread.
Yeah, just to give some context, Burak already had a sample program that fetched, this information from the DDMI.
Yeah, maybe I'm not there. Yeah, I'm not sure, as I said.
Okay, no worries. I'll check with him.
I'll also have to check with him.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Great. Okay, yes, go ahead.
General things here. I mean, there are some counters that should be fetched from ONU adapter, and some others that should be fetched from some other entities,
Yes.
probably from OLT adapter, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. So, which of them are in the context of 2.8 and should be done, or? I mean,
Yeah. So there is a comment in this line which is no, yes, the no in red should be probably done by 2.8. I need to confirm this with Paul, but those are the ones that we need to put in for 2.8. There's a few of them that are not going to be in 2.8 because they are not fetchable like right out of the bat via the existing stuff. So like these things are not going to be in 2.8 because we need like to get from the PLOM counter that needs val, that needs like, there's a huge set of things that need to be involved to get them. And it's not like it's some of our software that doesn't work. It's something that we need to consolidate with the rest of the community. And if we manage to finish the red ones over there before, we might try to gather information around the other implementation that are needed and like start the process, but we will put focus more on the red ones, and then if there is time, on anything else.
Okay, sure. The red ones mean the red as bugs, isn't it? And
yeah, yes, these.
Yeah, okay.
Highlighted red. Yeah.
Then the ONU adapter side, I think Girish is taking care of it.
Yes.
So the remaining side, there are two counters there that we should check if we can get from OLT adapter or OLT agent. So okay.
Yes,
and
yes,
I'll
exactly.
check them with Burak. Girish also can talk. He always talks with Burak. So we can check on it. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Great. Perfect. Okay. Thorsten, do you want to give us an update on the testing side of things? And there is also, do you remember the Jira issue for the uni status? So we can discuss that and finalize that that one as well.
There's no Jira for this point. I wrote there it's only a writing issue. Girish is checking it, and I think we don't need a Jira for this simple issue. That's my opinion. If you need one to track it, we can do it.
No, it's fine.
That's fine. But I wrote some other Jiras. When we see the next line, this one is. In the test, I saw that sporadically there are some metric parameters are missing. Always other, and I put it here in with an example. Maybe it's an issue of the BBSIM, but I don't know. Maybe it's an issue of the OpenONU. I put it to the OpenONU adapter, and yes, Girish should take a look at it if he not already done it.
Yeah. First of all, thanks, Thorsten, for such an exhaustive test list for the PMs. That's awesome. And regarding this issue, that's an issue on the BBSIM. TO already submitted an initial patch for it to fix one of the PMs. A similar fix should go into other PM reporting as well. It's a simple change.
Yeah, I'll try to update it today.
Then hopefully tomorrow I can check it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks. Theo, keep us posted offline on that. And if you have an image that Thorsten can test, just send it to him so he can go ahead and do that.
Yes.
And regarding the, can you go back to, where was that?
To the document, Andrea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and regarding the uni admin state and oper status not being reported. Can you go back to the sheet?
It's this one.
Oh, it's this
operational
one. Okay.
Status and admin state. Yeah.
Yeah. This was again a limitation on the BBSIM. I could submit some enhancements in there. It always reports some default values even if ONU is disabled or rebooted. So
okay.
yeah, I could put in some enhancements in there. And the missing jump port history, yeah, this one is a bug in the OpenONU adapter. Especially this happens only for the jump port history, where the first. Sometimes it's possible that the PMs are missing for the first interval, but is picked up from the next interval onwards.
Okay.
It's tricky to fix this issue, but I will look into it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Fine.
Great.
Thanks,
Perfect.
Girish.
Thanks, Girish. And the second discussion, I blanked on what this one is.
Which one? The get PM. Oh,
Yeah.
this one. On the Voltkartel, Torsten pointed out that the time interval, the frequency is just dumped as a number. A unit should be also displayed, for better understanding.
Mhm.
So this was this couldn't be accomplished in 2.7, but I have some inputs from David on how to achieve this. Yeah, so I'll work on this one. This is just a display issue.
It's just a display issue. I don't think it's a high priority issue. So
Mhm.
if you don't have the time in comparison to other, just do it as a, it's there. It's a nice to have, but if we don't get it, we don't get it. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Also because it's just voltctl, and in production nobody actually uses voltctl, so, or at least shouldn't use voltctl.
Okay. I think we can accomplish this in 2.8. Yeah, of course, others will be prioritized before this one.
Why do you say in production people shouldn't use voltctl?
Oh, because they're gonna use gRPC towards other systems. You could use voltctl.
Okay.
It's just that I don't expect this PM data to be manually configured. This PM frequency to be manually configured via voltctl. I just expected that NEM or other systems.
Okay. Just trying to figure out if there was an expectation difference about the usage in production of voltctl. Not generally, not just for this data, I guess.
No. I mean, you can use it. You can use it. I don't particularly care.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't expect people to use it for this. And for other things. I expected to use it when things go wrong and you might not be able to figure it out to other types of systems. But for normal operation and configuring things that are part of a day-to-day work on the system, I don't think voltctl is the way that people will do it. But
you think they're coming through a northbound system? All right,
yes.
Cool. Thanks. All right.
Yep. Okay, good.
As we talk now about voltctl, just I want to remember you that I not use voltctl to collecting PM data in the patch which is uploaded. I use an Kafka library. And if it is needed to check the voltctl output 2, then we have to make a further patch. But currently, it's much easier to use the library in Robot than voltctl output.
Again, I think that the operators are going to look at the events most of the time. And so I'm fine with the test checking the events. Okay. Unless somebody else has a thought on this.
Yeah, I agree with you, Andrea. I mean, operators probably most likely are not going to use Voltkartel to see events on Kafka. They are going to use their own libraries to feed from the Kafka bus. So yeah, I'm okay with Torsten's approach.
Okay.
Perfect.
And Girish, tomorrow I think I will write a further Jira against the PM data, a very small one with a raised TS in the events. Maybe you can take a look. This is always January the 1st of 1970. and I think there is only not rotate. The bits are not correct in this field, but I will write it tomorrow, and it's not so important.
Okay.
Yes, only a hint that you know what will come tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, probably, the epoch time is being reported in the. Yeah, okay, let me check once you raise the GA.
It's simple filled false. It's a very simple error, I think, and you can solve it very fast.
Sure.
I know.
Okay. Okay.
So great confidence in Greece. Okay. Okay. Do we have any update? No, we're still holding on the reconciling patch. That's fine. Let's hold on that. It's okay to me. There were new software update tests. There's no update there. Do we have Odzge on the call? Yes. Odzge, do you have any update on both of these two elements?
Sorry, but I don't have any process about traffic descriptor. I mean, I sent many changes about internal error handling. I saw Michael's and your comments, and I sent some changes as Michael's and you wanted. I didn't finish my work. I will send another patch this night.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Okay, then I think after tonight we can do another round of reviews of your implementation, and if it looks good, we can go ahead and merge it. The patch for tonight, is it because of the linting issue that we were talking about the other day, or is it because there are other like important changes to the platform that you're making? Functional changes, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Which one is it? Is it just the linting issue, or more functional changes?
I don't know which one. I need to look at Jira.
Okay, no, it's fine. Then we can wait for your patch to come up before we go ahead and review it. So I think let's do that. So let's wait for your patch tonight, and then we can go ahead and take a look, and that's the next step. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Is there anything we can help you with on the traffic descriptor, Me?
No, I just need to test it. I have a question in my mind. I want to resolve that.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, good. Any questions for Odzge on while we are discussing?
Yeah, there could be some interesting test cases out of this. Just a thought about rate limit. Yeah, I mean to test the rate limiting by sending out traffic for various payment at different rates and see if the traffic limiting actually happens as per the configuration. Yeah, probably some inputs for Torsten.
Okay, maybe once Torsten completes the PM patch and that is merged, and Odzge has this one merged as well, maybe we could observe if we can create some of these tests.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me move this here. Okay, Chip, I just saw that you uploaded a patch for the extended OMCI support. Can you give us an update on that?
Yes, that's the support for the GET request and response coding. And so that's the first one I was going to try to tackle, since it ripples through all the different message types and layer tests. And as soon as that finishes getting reviewed, I'm going to be looking at adding the other two JIRAs. And I think those will go much faster. And then if time allows, I'll try to go start adding other message types like the MIB upload and get next capabilities.
Okay, so guys, especially Michael, Holger, you have the best OMCI knowledge in here. Do you mind giving a review of this patch for Chip?
Oh,
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, and if you look at the message types test.go at the end of it is where I'm adding the unit tests to cover it. So very, very end, we'll have the extended request. So that's the doing it, encoding or decoding a message by pieces. And of course, I've also updated the ME frame, which is the method where you can construct frames at a higher level. So.
Okay, right. Yeah, guys, please do take a look at the review here. Thanks, Chip. It's a great feature to have and put into 2.8. That's very, very good, very appreciated. Okay, in relationship to this multi-ONT issue, it's done. Did we fix it, or is it so sporadic that we are ignoring it? I just don't remember the status on this. Michael, maybe you remember?
I think that we have two JIRAs that were solved, but there's one JIRA which is still pending on the Garrett patch, which is not yet merged. And there's another JIRA which I'm starting to work at at the moment. So there's still something detected, and the solution is already clear. And
okay.
But I must say that we haven't, or at least I haven't, analyzed all the different error situations in the JIRA in the Jenkins jobs. So we have to check them as well again to see if the changes that we have done so far solve that already, or if that is something else.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe I'll put this as in progress, and you can then update us as soon as you finish the other JIRAs that you're working on, if those help to fix this or not. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I also know that we have merged one of the patches for the MDS counters, and there were a few other. There was a further implementation by Holger on that one. That got stuck for some reason on verification on the hardware test. We need to look into that. But the patch is up. So do we expect anything more to come after we merge that patch, Holger?
No, actually, not for this issue, but some other, as you have seen, there are some other bugs we are working on regarding race condition concurrency issues. And related to this, I would like to ask you, would it be possible to introduce a new Jenkins keyword to trigger the BBSIM multi-OLT, multi-ONU test also for a certain patch? Because actually, for example, for the reconciling stuff, it would be necessary to test DT, TT, and also the ATT scenarios and multi-ONU, and that would be fine if we could do it automatically in the Jenkins environment. You know,
okay, sure. We can definitely do that. Do you mind sending me the details of which job you want to trigger? I can ask.
Yeah,
I can ask.
that is a job I sent you in Slack. That this is a periodic maybe the multi-OLT job, but I can do it again. Right?
Oh, did you send it already? Okay.
I sent it in our Slack.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and the other topic, it seems so that keyword functional tests has no effect currently for the ONU adapter. Could it be?
No, not really. The thing is that the keyword has effect, but it has to be prefixed by hardware tests. So it's hardware test, functional tests. By itself, the functional tests don't actually do anything because they need to be set up via the hardware test keyword. So the hardware test keyword is the basic keyword that we always run. And that sets up if you want to do the functional test as well. Did you get what I mean?
Okay, that means that there will be no separate parent then, no separate answer or from Jenkins, so that only changes the content of the hardware test, right?
What do you mean? It only changes the content of the
then when you have to trigger hardware test, and also you trigger then the functional tests.
Yes, whenever you want to run the full suite of hardware tests that we can do per patch set, you just go with hardware test, functional tests.
Okay.
Yes,
I see. So okay, I see. Then it should be okay there. So that only reduces probably to the new keyword multiple ONU OLT test, something like this, no?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can give you some description. What would be fine there? What would be good there?
Okay, I can ask Hardik to work on it. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. So that was all I had for today on my agenda. Do you guys have anything you wanted to bring up before we finish for the day?
Just one thing related to the hardware test. If you're seeing weird failures, that's probably because I'm currently migrating the pipelines away from Kind Volta to use the Helm charts. So there may be some failures because of that.
Okay.
But Andrea, the hardware tests were related to the real hardware, right? There was no software issue or.
No, it was not. It was not a software issue. Yeah, there was some failures in this morning. I haven't had the time to take a look at them with nor Theo nor Girish, and I know Theo was changing some of the things in the pipeline. So we might just maybe either trigger a manual verification somehow that avoids these issues, or we just remove the Jenkins -1 for this one and merge it and look on the nightly jobs.
So if you send me a pointer to that patch, I'll take a look at it.
Okay. We'll do that. It's actually this one. No, where is it? Okay. Anything else? Okay, then if not, thanks everybody, and I'll talk to you next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.